Greetings, everyone. We love you all very much. This message is specifically for Nigeria and the rest of the nations in Africa. A few months, a few weeks ago, there was a lynching somewhere in the northern region of Nigeria, and everyone was petrified, provoked, aggressive about the situation, even to the extent that we saw that as a good reason to divide the northern region from the southern region of Nigeria, thinking that just the northerners are that backward, to lynch someone because of their attachments to their social construct or religion or whatever idea it is. And few days after that, the same lynching kind of occurred in the southern region of Nigeria for a totally different reason. It happened in the north because of blasphemy. It happened in the south because of a disagreement between a motorist and a cyclist. So, the bottom point here, what the universe is trying to enlighten us, is that barbaric act is not as a result of region, it's not a result of religion, even. It is just ignorant people, uncivilized people, uneducated people behaving badly. And they are reacting based on the moral compass that they have installed in their mind. And this is something that can be fixed. Socially, it can be fixed because black people, Africans, have a record of being abused by everyone else on the planet for one simple reason, because black people don't love themselves. Simple. It's because of the lack of love within the black community. That is why they're being abused by themselves and other race or other nations. And the only way to correct this is for us to learn how to love ourselves first and then our neighbors. It's that simple. That's been the solution. The solution won't come from dividing the nation. Sadly, we're even taught that will be the solution. Divide the nation so everyone can work on themselves. But the barbaric acts exist in all regions in the country, even the continent, Africa. So I think this should be the opportunity that we're all looking for to at least come to the conclusion that the problem is not regional, it is not religion, even. We all believe that is religion, and their religion takes some fault in this. But the solution, it's not in the removal of all these attachments. Apparently, people have to evolve past them. You need to start seeing any of all these ideas or creed or belief system as what they are, just social construct. And the representative and governments are social contractors. Once everybody understands the role that they are playing, then it's easier to improve on that your position. But if you do not even know your role or your position, then how can you play it well? So we feel that the solution comes from educating citizens, all Africans, all black people, everyone with melanin skin. Just imagine if we had a way to communicate with each other and come to an agreement, everyone with black skin will be the most unstoppable force on the planet. So it's clear why many people would rather invest in keeping black people divided so they can remain in power. It's that simple. Because a united black people, that's God, period. On this planet, that's literally God, because you will find out that there's someone somewhere that is working together for the benefit of our culture, of our heritage, of our black skin. There's so much trauma and suffering that the black skin has had to endure that even our cellular structure is expecting more bad shit to occur because that's all it's used to. And if we keep perpetuating this dysfunction on ourselves because of whatever reason or social construct, then we are simply working against ourselves as a nation, as a community, as a race of people, even. So, seeing any of all these challenges, both the lynching of black people or black to black violence, if we can actually come to the center point that it's all as a result of the lack of self love, it's simply because people hate themselves that they project that hate on other people. A simple thing was said, if it was a white person that said the thing that people are uncomfortable with, the religious people, we didn't lynch a white person. If it was a white person that said, oh, they don't want to hear anything about religion on a WhatsApp group, will it turn to the result of them lynching that white person on the road? It won't happen because the black skin has respect for their master. So it's very clear that citizens are acting out of ignorance. And the only way to fix it is to enlighten people. And until we start teaching people about the things they ought to know, they will keep recycling what they have always known because that's what got them to where they are. If everything you know got you to where you are, that means you need to incorporate new information to get to where you want to be because it all applies to everyone. No matter where you are, if you have black skin, whether you're a wealthy person, at a certain point, you will have to come into command where you have to challenge with the rest of the world. And when that time comes, it will be clear that black people don't like themselves because you will have people in your party working against you for their own selfish reasons or for their selfish interests because they feel that they ought to get ahead above you. Like crabs in a barrel, people just drawing themselves down. But imagine, just imagine if everyone can come to this spiritual understanding of what they are and that respect of their own heritage to the point that people see each other as an expression of what they call God, then you have this maturity to respect each and everyone, regardless of what they believe in. You see, belief means you do not really know something. You do not believe in your name, you know your name. You would not trust someone that says, I believe I can make music. There's someone that says, I know how to make music. There's a difference in this sound vibration. You can even feel it from hearing it. I believe I can fly a plane. Are you going to jump on that plane? I know how to fly a plane. At least you can trust that person understands what they're saying. So if you're carrying whatever belief system in your head as an excuse to cause carnage, you're just a mindless primate, period, especially in this time. We should be putting all our resources together to unite all Africa as one, as opposed to separating it because of some certain discord or disagreement based on belief. Do you believe that black people are bound to suffer? They are destined to be slaves? You don't believe that, despite that's been the case of study for over how many years now? But black people are not willing to accept that they are born here to be slaves because they know better. So, without knowing that we all deserve much better than what society is handing to us, can't we at least serve each other like we know that each other deserves better? It's that simple. Like, it's a personal decision that you come to realize when you understand how the world works, when you understand how anyone with your skin is treated. If you're not experiencing it right now in the part of the world you are in, you will get to experience it when you get more power, when you get more affluence, when you get to a high position and people just fault you because of the color of your skin. And then you look on the news, you see that there are other people with the color of your skin lynching each other over some ridiculous primitive belief. Then you see maybe that's right the world look at black people as like people who are not informed enough to make informed decision for the rest of the planet. The world is being pushed into a different world without black influence in it, but the black influence will be the ones riding along, but they're not making the decision. You go to the G7 summit with all the whole world presidents, and there's barely any black skin in that meeting. So who's representing Africans? Who's representing people with melanin skin? When everyone is just mindlessly consuming and fighting over primitive ideologies, who will represent the new world? Or is black people expecting the recycle of the past 400 years? Things are about to change right now, and it only takes intelligence to recognize it. And if we'll be perpetuating that ignorance and clowns shit, people are just being mindless and we're promoting a cycles, then that's how the rest of the world will see black people. They are always dancing, they are always making jokes. It's nothing wrong with that, but that's not all we are. But if we keep perpetuating that culture, then that's what people around the world will see black people as. They are always dancing on the road and they are always shooting each other or lynching each other. Not understanding that the other races have been doing this or they've come out of this primitive ideologies and behavioral patterns. And black people too can. I believe we can start from Nigeria. If we're able to unite, integrate, and evolve Nigeria, we can then sell that idea to the rest of the nations in Africa how to adopt unity regardless of differences. Because our differences is what keeps us united, you see, because it's like trade by barter. If we all had potatoes, no one would need what the other party have. But if I have potato and you have carrots and this guy have onions, we can start a barbecue right now. You see, because we all have different things that we're bringing to the table, and that's what Africa is. And we need to tap into that difference instead of using it as an excuse to be cruel and rude to one another. We don't even need to like each other to agree that this black skin has gone through so much suffering that we would not take part in hurting the black skin any further. We can all agree that, okay, the black trauma has gotten to its finish point. Let's say it's 2 years ago. And at this point, we can just make this oath within ourselves that we won't cause any harm to anyone with black skin, at least not from us. If we can get to that level of maturity, we'll finish the work halfway. It's easy to unite when everyone can get along, regardless of what we don't agree. I see personally, I don't even expect people to agree with my state of mind, despite feeling that we have a heightened state of cognition, but we do not impose our belief systems or ideas on other people despite knowing better, because we want to see others shine forth that thing that is different about them. We want to see others have a voice when the rest of society is like, oh, we shouldn't be talking about this. But why shouldn't we? That means we're not giving ourselves the opportunity to integrate into a new state of social science if we're not at least discussing about it. If we're not encouraging anything different, then everything will remain the same. So it's just something we all should think about and really consider playing a role in uniting all of Africa as one, because it's the inevitable and it's also a result of peace on earth. Because once there is unity, there's peace. Once there's peace, there's unity. You can't have one without the other. I love you.